Hey guys, Wednesday, March 26, 2025. Let's see what the Black Widow wants to do today. So I'm going to cover both contracts, April and May, because some of you probably are still trying to trade April, and some of you already are in May. So let's look at April. You can see that we're still holding value area low of 387. Point of control as of right now is 406. And you can see volume, people already trading the May contract. Let's look at our simple glance chart, and you can see that the MACD looks like it wants to cross over, but it hasn't done that. We've been in this sideways rut for like the last couple of days, hovering around the 50 SMA, hovering around the point of control, a little lower than the cloud. Linear regression channels are still pointing sideways, but PPS sell signal is still negative. So the path of least resistance is still to the downside, but just consolidating, going sideways. I don't show this chart that much, but here and there I kind of glanced at it. This is called the squeeze plate chart. And you can see that we've been in a squeeze on the monthly since July. Now, on March, it gives us the green light that the explosion is to the upside. And so far, that's what happened on the 490 high that we made on March the 10th. So this is a bigger time frame. Looking at the weekly, we just entered a squeeze play on March this week. So meaning that we are constrained. We've been constrained all this, but now it has entered the squeeze where prices are getting so contained that they have to explode somewhere, either up, down, or continue building up pressure until one of these directions explodes. And so far, we have entered that on this week. In regards to the daily, we entered a squeeze on the 13th after we made this high. So from here on, we have been in a squeeze, and we had now a trigger to go short that triggered on the 25th. That's when we had this big break going down. So the pressure is still to the downside. You see the waves. The only one that's different is the monthly. That is opposite. It wants to it's exploding, and the trigger to go long is upward. But the weekly and the daily, the pressure is to the downside. And on the 12-hour, you can see that we have entered a squeeze play on, I guess, on the 24th. Yeah. It looks like it wants to explode up. So it's very mixed. These two are in sync. This one is in sync with the monthly. So let's look. We're still holding the quadrant here. Nothing's changed. Nothing's positive. The mobile's already cracked. But we're still holding the quadrant of 386. 386 is key there. And on the daily, things are waking up. We had them waking up here, but nothing really happened, and then it pushed lower. We kissed our midpoint for the month, which is 381. That's the 45 degree on the square of 9. So we just kissed this yesterday, and buyers came and defended that area. And now the wave is starting to get positive. So we have to see, and this is going to be the change of contract for tomorrow. And price action is very close. They're all hovering around 390. So let's see how that's going to play out. But so far on the daily, it's starting to wake up. On the 4-hour, you can see my models there. Down day, and today's the down day, and then we go flat. So both models are showing down, but it hasn't really gone down as I would expect. It's just been the overnight they pop it, but then it's a down day. The overnight they pop it, so maybe in the US, if it's following this model, it's going to be a down day, and then things change on Thursday. Both models go up, One continues and one goes sideways and then down day. 4 hours still positive, as you can see right here. Pushing higher, mobiles are positive. TPs, these are like shorting points. Extended, you see right here. So we have one already here in play from 1 o'clock. So if this is going to play out, it could possibly be a down day for today. And we're still holding the 386. And if it was to be a good down day, then it would be 376 would be your target. Extreme will be 366. If we were to pop, obviously 396, and then you want to get to your midpoint for the week, which is 406. Now the hourly, you see that we are hovering right on the point of control. Well, not the point of control, the midpoint, which is 389, 390, 389. You can see that weakness is already starting to kick in. I guess the London session guys or girls are coming in trying to push it lower. As long as you are below VWAP and below 389, I think is a good short to at least 384 or maybe even 379. But somewhere in this area, if you want to go short and just watch volume, looks like things are. But you gotta be below VWAP and below 389. Now let's go into contract that everybody's now trading, which is the May. Let's see, it's K25. You can see that we have a value area low of 391. So we spike lower. Point of control here is 405. So that'll be your target if you want to go long. If you want to go short, we'll show you other levels, but so far we are below value area low, which is 391. We go to our simple glance chart. You can see that we are holding the 50 SMA on the daily above the cloud. Yep, Hikanashi is still down. Nothing positive on the MACD. TPS sell signal. And you need, in order to get back in Chop Fest, you need to get above 396, but you need to close above 414. If you're a conservative trader, you don't want to be in this chop. You just want to go when it's trending. Wait for a close above 416, 413. Let price action get all the way up here. Maybe pull back. But once you get a close above this area right here, 414, 415, high probability that it could probably test these highs of 459 and maybe 494 or 490. But so far it's between the 50 and the 100. Looking at the squeeze play here, we did enter a squeeze play. The only squeeze play we have is on the daily, and it's triggered to go short. You can see that we're holding the 50 right here. That's between 402 on the May contract and the low of 382. 381, 382, that's the 45 degree. You got to keep an eye on 381. You got to keep an eye on 391. That's right, we're below it right now. That's the 90 degree. And then 4, that's your 135. Those are key levels using Gann technique. Now the 12-hour is kind of bouncing around the 100. Let's look at our midpoint chart. So far on the yearly, you're above the last pivot high. So this would be support 376 if it goes down, or target if you want to go short. That would be a good target. So far things look like they're still unwinding on the weekly chart. On the daily chart using monthly pivots, you can see that we are holding our midpoint, which is 382. So think of that as the 45 degree and the square of 9. This is holding. It bounced right off of there on the May contract. And you have a quadrant above you about 396. So this is going to be your bigger targets to watch. crack below 381, obviously you're going to go straight down to a 368. So far it's very, very, very quiet, and nothing positive here. As you can see on the daily, nothing is positive on this one. The only one that's positive was on the April contract, the J. But that's going to switch over. You can see that the pressure is starting to build now. We're at 389 TPs. So these are short opportunities, because your green and your blue are still at the 20%. So these are just volatility or algos just pushing it, trying to get bulls to go long, and then they sink it. So being aware of our models, today could be a down day. Maybe could come back and test if you're trading the May contract around 383. So that's a target. This is the 4 hour, and this is the midpoint of the linear regression channel. So yeah, this could be a nice target. So if you're short or thinking about going short, this could be a nice quick one right here. And lock in. It's going to continue. Then 374 will be your next target. If you're going to the upside, it'll be 399. And then your midpoint for the whole week is 412. I don't know if it's going to get up there that quick, but I bet maybe they push it down, and then Thursday, and then we see what's going to happen there. Lastly, the hourly, we already have a PPSL signal. We did stay above it around 4 o'clock, 4 a.m. But this is our midpoint. So yeah, so using this contract, you're below the VWAP, you're below midpoint, the pressure's to the downside. If you're not already short, your target should be 387. And if you got, more Momo, it wants to push more in the US session, maybe bounce from here, build new high, and then push lower, this will be your ultimate target, 382. Extreme would be all the way to 377, all the way to 372. So this is your extreme target, and that could be possible, because my models are showing this whole week down all the way to Thursday, and then from there they split. They both go up. One continues, one goes up, sideways, head fake, and then down. So those are what the models are forecasting so far. I think they're kind of on direction. They're on point relating to the U.S. session. I was just expecting more of a, or a continuation lower. But, it is what it is. The Black Widow hasn't revealed what she really wants to do. She's just going sideways, kind of teasing us, not revealing what she really wants to do until, I guess, the contract change. On top of that, being aware that the 10 price action has been negative the whole week. 20 and 10-year price action. Daily spectrum cycle is negative. Large speculators are short. Commercial are buying. So they're hedging. What else on the top of my head? And we got a change of contract, and the weather hasn't been, helping. And Ukraine and the U.S. And Russia and all that, they're trying to resolve this war, so things could probably normalize. But then I don't know what's going on with Europe and that situation and all that with natural gas. So there's a lot of things moving around that could affect this, and it could change. But so far, still chop sideways with a little bias to the downside, but still holding. If it's algos holding it, big traders, institutions not letting it fall below 381, just kind of hovering around there to see what happens, next. I'm going to sign out. Hope you like this video. I'll keep you posted on my thoughts. Oh, before we do that, can't forget square of 9, 391. 386, your midpoint, 381, 45. So this is our range as of right now. It's just kind of stuck right here. Any break below 381, you're going to go to 376 and then 371, lock in profits right there. You're back at the 0 degree. If it fakes out, hits 381, bounces to 386, gets above 391, goes to 396. High probability we're going to 401 And maybe, but I think maybe it's going to be a game between the Black Widow between these 2 points. Anything below 381, bulls show up or the computers. Anything above 401, the bears or the computers are programmed to put it back down. I'm going to sign out. Hope you like this video. I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on that, guys.